Now, to illustrate OB in action, I'll tell you about a previous job that I had. I worked at a law firm, a small family owned law firm, specializing in landlord tenant law. That's a really polite way of saying that they handled evictions. Not only that, I wasn't a regular employee of this law firm, I was actually a temporary employee placed by a third party staffing firm. Now, this was a really lousy job. And the thing is, at the time, I didn't really understand why. I just knew that every day I woke up and I absolutely dreaded going into work. But if I had known anything about OB at that point, I could have applied some of those concepts to better understand and change my situation. So, for instance, there's something called two factor theory. This is a theory of motivation. Why do we, or in some cases, don't we, want to do things? So, two factor theory obviously consists of, you guessed it, two factors. The first are called motivation factors. These consist of things like the work itself, advancement, and pay. When motivation factors are present, they contribute to job satisfaction. So in my case, the work itself was honestly terrible. I answered the phone and talked to people all day long who were being evicted from their homes. And then I would work on the paperwork toward making that happen. So I absolutely hated the work itself. In terms of advancement, I was a temporary employee. There was really nowhere to go. My biggest goal was to be hired on as an actual employee, even though realistically nothing would really change. And the pay was also pretty darn lousy. The temp agency was charging the law firm for me as an employee, but they were only paying me about half what the law firm was paying them. So I was not making a lot of money. So overall, my motivation factors really contributed to low job satisfaction. Now I mentioned that two-factor theory has two factors. The second factor is called hygiene factors. Now, this includes things like interpersonal relations, status, and security. If these are absent, this contributes to job dissatisfaction. So in my case, my interpersonal relations were not very good. It was a small family firm. Everyone there had known each other a long time. They really weren't interested in getting to know me at all. In terms of status, I mentioned that I was a temporary employee. That's about as low status as you can get, and I was the most junior person working for the firm. And finally, security. Well, as a temp, there just isn't any. I could be dismissed today and told not to come back tomorrow, and that's it. No more work, no more pay, just like that. So overall, my hygiene factors were not present at all, so I had a lot of job dissatisfaction. So how does reflecting on that experience using two-factor theory actually help me? Well, by better understanding my job situation through OB, I could have tried to improve the situation. So identify areas where I could seek out changes. Or failing that, I could at least better assess alternative situations and other jobs instead of, as what happened to me, ending up in, you guessed it, another small family firm. So my hope for you as a student of OB is that, unlike me, you can use your knowledge of OB to assess and improve your work situation right now as well as in the future.